I'm Andrew Paul from IMGS Data Builders, and welcome to another 5-minute FME tip video. And today I'm going to talk about a concept in GIS called aggregation and how we can do that within the FME Form package. So what aggregation is essentially combining multiple spatial or attribute features into fewer, more generalized units in order to summarize data. That involves combining geometry, grouping attribution, or also calculating statistics on numeric data, such as area, totals, averages, sums, things like that. We're essentially taking detailed, granular data and we're summarizing it for the purpose of reporting. I've already prepared a workspace here today that demonstrates some aggregation techniques and outputs a report. What we're looking at on the workspace is we are looking at a polygon data set of all of the county councils in Ireland and a planning data set, which is essentially a point data set of all the planning applications. And we're filtering those for all planning applications that have been applied for in 2025. When we look at some of the aggregation, so what we're actually doing initially is we're actually doing a bit of a de-aggregation with the dissolver, and we're essentially just categorizing everything into what's called the province category. So as we can see here, when we look at our counties, we've got Dublin City Council, for example, and we can see that there is a attribute value here for that, which is Leinster. For Cork, we've got Munster. For Galway, we've got Connaught. So we know that we can use these attributes to essentially group these counties together. So we run this through what's called the aggregator transformer. And in that, we ensure we've got group processing on, and we group this by province. What we're also going to do with this is we're also going to sum the area of all of the features that are going into this. And we're going to create a homogeneous collection, which is going to basically dissolve all the boundaries of all the different counties. Now, you may notice there's quite a lot of detail going into this. What this is these are all the little islands and all the little different parts of the polygons that we've had to break up first in order to run this aggregation. When we do that, we end up with a result that looks like this. You can see it's just drawn here now. We've got our 4 provinces of Ireland here. And what we're going to do then is we're also going to then run a spatial filter on this. And we're going to ensure that any points that intersect the province polygons are then counted. Okay, and that attribution is going to be put onto the point. So when we look at our output here, we'll see here that each of these planning points now have the province added to them. Okay. And another feature we can do with aggregation is we can look at our statistics calculator. So we can see here we have, again, we've grouped by province, and we're taking account of the object ID because we know there's going to be no null values in the object ID within the point data set. When we do that, this gives us calculation of the total count of all the points within each of the provinces. And we can then write that out to our Excel report. So hopefully this just gives you a little bit of an idea of some of the things we can do within FME to aggregate by attribution, by the spatial area, and also calculate some statistics on our data sets that gives us something quite useful to output as a meaningful report. I hope that's been of help to you. Thank you very much for listening.